So, this is a game created by Lunar Ray Games, also known as Bodhi Lee on Twitter. So there you can see programming, art, and design by him. By them, I should say. I don't know if it's a him or a her. Yeah, this is a cool game. Like, honestly, hey, Lou Nascimento, I didn't realize she did the character art here. That's cool. I mean, she's a pixel artist, so it makes perfect sense. But yeah, I wasn't involved. Wasn't sure she was involved in this one. This is a cool game. Obviously, I have not done the 100% completion for the game. But I think what I like about this is that it's a Metroidvania with modern design. Like, it is streamlined and efficient in what it does. Like, there's a few boss fights. We've obviously got Cantorin we just done, Emperor Nuvius, Elana. There was the Shiver Azure Queen bird boss fight. A couple of others that I'm remembering, misremembering. And yeah, I really like this. You know, I don't generally like Metroidvanias. I don't like the feeling of, I can't do this yet. I have to come back here sometime later. And then I can't remember what to do when I come back. But otherwise, yeah, no, it's pretty decent, I gotta say. And yeah, like, one thing I would say is, it's a thing I have with all Metroidvanias is I wish they would just say, here's a locked door, you can't do it yet, we're going to mark it on the map for you. Here's an impassable, like, bridge you can't do yet. Come back here once you've got this thing. Like, I wish games would tell you what the thing you need is. And in fact, I might actually need to do that right now, because I don't have the final Timespinner gear, and I need to find where that is. So where the A key card locations are, I will have to find again. Like, I'm not sure where they all are, so I'm gonna have to go and re-explore that. But like I said, because this is a modern Metroidvania, it's streamlined. The dash ability is amazing just to travel through everything. And like I said before, you can use your time stop powers and jump on all the enemies' heads and not take any damage. And that's what annoys me about Metroidvanias usually, is the fact that enemies are there not to pose a threat, they're just there to slow you down. But here, you have the perfect ability to just bypass everything. So yeah, I will go ahead and continue on if I can to get the ending. If it turns out it goes straight into a New Game Plus, then that will be the end of the stream for today. But yeah, I really like this. I think this is a great game. Wow, look at all those names. These are all the alpha testers? Or are these all the Kickstarter backers? There's a lot of real names, and then, like, www.process.st. That's a strange thing to put there. Christopher Anderson seems like a name I should know from pixel art stuff. So, yeah, as you can probably tell, there are a lot of people that worked on this in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, what else do I like about this? I do think the setting is pretty standard fare, and it almost plays like a JRPG, right? An evil empire comes in, destroys your village, or takes out your family, and because you've got the time powers, you go back in time and try and stop it from happening. That's all fairly standard, right? But the dialogue in the subquests makes it more interesting, and I know that I didn't actually feature that on this stream, and I'm going to keep that a secret again, because it's like, well, if you want to know, you have to get the game for yourself and play it. But I would recommend doing that, because, you know, you can do the whole nightmare difficulty, you can try and get all the different feats. I don't know what all the different feats are. I assume some of the secret ones that we saw would have been unlocked after completing the game. And clearly, there's different endings to this, because you can become the Emperor of Lachiem yourself, or you can leave and go back to Nalista and Sakis and Heristel and so on. Yeah. So while we're waiting for the credits to scroll through, I'm going to have a look to see where we can't find those Timespinner gears, because we got 2 out of 3. And 2 out of 3 ain't bad, as Fallout Boy would say, but I do want to get 3 out of 3. Let's have a look-see. There we go. New Game Plus and Nightmare Mode have been unlocked. You can start New Game Plus from the Save Select screen. But can I go back and do what I did just before the boss fight. Press any button, continue. This should load in. Oh, and there we go. There's the second ending that we did. Obviously, we've not done the ending where we become the conqueror, ascend the throne of the empire. But I think that's probably pretty close to 100% completion. I mean, obviously, we haven't explored fully all the different maps. But we did all the side quests. We've met all the bosses now, I think. Fought all the bosses now. And yeah, like, that last hour, I was not expecting. Like, I was expecting for, you know, for you to go back in time and then use the time spinner and fix everything. You know, you go to Volturilis, you fight Volturilis, and that fixes everything, right? But there was also the other option of just doing Nuvius again, but in the past rather than the present. So that is another option that you could do. So I wasn't expecting that to have an extra, like... Again, it feels almost like a real JRPG of, here's the final boss, now here's the extra super secret final boss that's actually a god, and then you become a god yourself. So, yeah. Like, I'm really impressed with this, so I think this game had a lot to offer, and I hope you guys have all enjoyed watching this, and I hope you know, take some time to experience it yourself, wherever that may be. I'm looking forward to what Lunar Ray Games, Bodhi Lee, does in the future. Obviously, it's not just Bodhi Lee, it's all these other people that get mentioned as well in the credits. They're all working together and everything, but yeah, I think Bodhi in particular is quite proud of this. At least that's the thing that they feature on their Twitter. So yeah, I'll be interested to see what they come up with next. So let's see. I think there were lots of alpha testers, and is there a way to? Yes, there is a way to speed up the credits. There we go. That's what I should have done the first time rather than skipping through. But yeah, there are a lot of names there. Lots of names. Okay, so that is the end of the credits part 2. So what now? Do we press X? Or just listen to the melody? There we go. Alright, so I think that's it. If we press continue once more, what does it put us? Just before the fight against Sandman. Okay, well that makes sense.